Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. If you've been following along, we made some incredible vegetable stock or vegetable broth, and I've been making a couple of soups with it. And today we're going to make a vegan lentil barley soup. And I hesitate to call it vegan or vegetarian because this broth is so incredibly filled with umami, and it ticks all of the boxes that you need for meat. Even though it's meatless, it really feels like you're eating a meat broth. And I don't want to call it vegan or vegetarian, even though it is, because I know that scares some people away. They need meat. You don't always need meat. Personally, I think we eat far too much meat overall. I'm not trying to make a political statement, but from a health standpoint, we could all do with a few more vegetables in our lives. So in this pot, I've got some oil. And the first thing I'm going to do is just fry off these onions until they're translucent. Next in, I've got some chopped ginger. You can chop it or you can grate it. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to put that in. Just have it sort of really fine so you don't get a big piece of ginger in your mouth. Next in is some garlic, and I'm just going to crush that in. And you just want to fry that off until you can really smell the ginger and garlic, which doesn't take very long at all, almost immediately. I'm getting steamed out by this. We're making a steamed carrot pudding as part of our Sunday morning old cookbook show series. And so steaming away in here is a carrot and potato pudding. Can't wait to have it. Next in are the spices. So I've got ground cumin, ground coriander, and ground turmeric. And we just stir that in. It becomes fragrant right away. So at this point, you have to be very careful. You don't want to burn anything. So I'm going to go ahead quickly. Next in is the vegetable broth. Look at that color. It's so beautiful. And of course, whole red lentils. These are dry lentils. They've been rinsed. And pearl barley, again, rinsed and uncooked. Now, just give this a stir, and we want to bring it up to a low boil, just above a simmer. And the last ingredient is this, the Lucky Iron Fish. And if you don't know what the Lucky Iron Fish is, I'll put a link to it below. It's absolutely unbelievable to me the number of people, even in Canada and the United States, two very rich, wealthy countries, how many people are iron deficient. And this Lucky Iron Fish has been found to really help out people who have an iron deficiency. And all you do is when you're making a soup or rice or anything with water or stock, just put it in the pot and you boil it with the rest of the food. And after about 15, 20 minutes, it gives off enough iron that your body can use, that it's very helpful to people. Unless, of course, you have hematomacrosis, which is a completely different thing where you have too much iron, and there's very few people that have that. And if you have that, you know it, and you're not going to use this. And so I'm just going to bring this up to a high simmer, low boil, and let it go for about 25 to 30 minutes. At that point, the barley and the lentils will be cooked and the soup will be ready to go.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, friends.
So what we have here is barley and lentil soup.
Hey, you used the fish.
I used the fish.
Excellent.
Spilling everywhere. So this is, oh, thank you.
Hey, no problem.
This is technically a vegan lentil and barley soup.
Oh, very nice.
Using our homemade vegetable broth.
Which was
yeah.
very good. So I imagine it's going to... That's got a lot of flavor to it. I really like that.
And it's hearty. And it's got that, how do you, you know when you have a really good meat broth and your lips stick together a little bit?
No, but okay.
It's got that.
Okay, it's got that.
It's got that.
And the barley gives it lots of texture. And the lentils, like they're nice and I like it. It's very good.
Yeah. You put carrots in if you wanted to. Wanted to slice up some carrots pretty thin. Celery. I didn't put in any celery. You could put that in if you wanted to. Parsnips, turnip,
Almost any root vegetable.
rutabaga, celery root,
As
celeriac.
we say, make it your own, my
Make
friend.
it your own. If there's a
Oh, celeriac would be really good.
yeah, yeah. Just dice them fairly small, so that nothing is overpowering the lentil and the barley. But that's I think that's really good, and I wouldn't miss the meat.
People always think you're going to miss the meat. I never understand that ideology.
I know, and
'Cause-
I fall into that trap. I fall into that. I fully admit that I fall into that. But this, you put this in front of me, I would say this is a fantastic soup. Full
It's
stop.
soup. You have to just think of it as being
Yeah.
soup.
Yeah.
It is not a meat soup without meat. It is soup.
And because I used the fish,
There's some extra iron in it.
it's got the iron. Yeah.
A little bit of extra iron in it, which is something you always need.
So make our soup stock. Definitely make our soup stock. Make this
You've got some
soup.
time, of course.
Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not too time consuming. Make this soup stock, and by the time this soup video goes live, this carrot and potato pudding will already be up on the channel. So go check this out too. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.